Mae'Govannen, and welcome to a new edition of the Gentle Musings of an Elven Scholar. Today we're going to continue with our Elven Love Series, and this one's going to be a little bit about loving ourselves and our family. The actual title to this one is When You Reawaken and No One is Home or No One is Around. This was actually brought to my attention by another viewer who was talking about the deep sense of sadness that she experienced after she had reawakened. This is not that unusual. Actually, it's quite common. It happened with me as well. So we're going to talk about what happens when you reawaken to your elven soul and there's no one around. All right, so how do you feel? For a lot of you, and you can please feel free to post in the comments, how did you feel when you started to reawaken that elven spirit within you? And you noticed that your elven family was nowhere around you. Those who have the same calling, so to speak, or are aware of that same calling as you do. How did you feel when you awakened and noticed that no one was around, that you felt all alone as an elven soul? Well, again, this is actually more common than we would like to believe. So let's kind of talk about that a little bit today, and we'll see what some things that we can do for it. You might have noticed from the original slide that came up just before I started talking, it was another quote from the Silver Elves. It kind of is apropos a little bit for today because it's about healing ourselves, our hearts, and those around us. The essence of the elven soul contains a great desire to heal the earth, to heal ourselves, to heal our others, and to heal all that are around us. And the only thing that prevents us from doing so is the absolute determination by some folk who are not elven to do otherwise. Absolutely. It's one thing to reawaken to who you are. It's a beautiful thing. It's another to notice that those around you are also, but not only not awakened to who they truly are, but actually can be incredibly resistant to you trying to come out. Another common quote that I love from the Silver Elves goes, most elves feel empty and lost without each other, even though elves who say they are loners are usually so because they have not found their own in the world and are surrounded by normal folk who insist that they stop being elven in order to be accepted and that we will not, cannot do. Thus we are ever seeking our own in our hearts, in our minds, and in the world around us. Absolutely 100%. We're kind of like lemurs that head for the ocean, or like the salmon who have that incredibly instinctive drive to swim upstream to find their original home, so to speak. And it's the same with us. I noticed it for myself, and I've heard this from so many others, that once we do reawaken, there becomes this incredible, overwhelming desire or urge to find our others, to find others who are like us, who have the same calling. And for many, it can, if they don't find it, they can exhibit this great loneliness. A lot of the symptoms that a lot of people have told me about is loneliness and this overwhelming dark sadness that can occur. It's the overwhelming urge or desire we get is often what they would talk about with Legolas when they warned Legolas, don't hear the ocean, don't hear the sea, or the urge to go west will never disappear from you and you'll never be totally comfortable in the forest again. I love the poem. It's called The Sea. It's by J.R.R. Tolkien, of course. And it goes, to the sea, the white gulls are crying. The wind is blowing and the white foam is flying. West, west away, the round sun is falling. Gray ship, do you hear them calling? The voices of my people gone before me. I will leave the woods that bore me. For our days are ending and our years failing. I will pass the wide waters, lonely sailing. Long are the waves on the last shore falling. Sweet are the voices in the lost isle calling. In the Racia, in Elven home, that no man can discover, where the leaves fall not, land of my people forever. Beautiful poem, and it says a lot about what goes on inside of our hearts when we reawaken and we haven't adjusted to the fact that it may seem like we're alone, that there are no others within hundreds of miles who feel or believe the same that we do. And that urge, that calling to go home is so great within us. I know that call. I have sailed around oceans for many years, and I know what it's like to be out on the sea at night and the dolphins surround your boat and the stars in the sea look the same. It's hard to tell which is which dark at night. And you hear that calling to you to go home, to go to your people, to go to your people. I understand that. And it can be very difficult for us to deal with. Another saying by the Silver Elves, there is something in each elfin heart that will never be fulfilled until all of our peoples are united and happy. Okay. Sadly, though, that's years and years from now before that will happen. And we have to find ways to cope and find ways to reach out and to find others of our own kind, so to speak. All right, so as I said, two of the most common symptoms that can occur in elves who have reawakened and are still not quite used to it yet, besides the loneliness and the sadness, something else that can occur is even depression or anxiety. I work at a holistic medical clinic, and I do quite a bit of counseling besides the medical work that we do. We also do a lot of counseling, and almost without fail, most patients that come in here, because most of the patients that we deal with are on a chronic level, chronic disease, and so almost without fail, most patients that come in have a significant or clinical level of depression and anxiety. A lot of it can be addressed with or related back to the fact that they're tired of being sick. They're also tired, so many of them are tired of being alone, are tired of being misunderstood. I wonder how many elves out there who have not reawakened don't realize who they are, and that's maybe where some of the deep-seated depression and anxiety may reside, is because they know they're not being who they're supposed to be, and they haven't learned to cope with that yet, and to reach out and find those of like mind. It's interesting, anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S. currently, affecting 40 million adults in the United States alone, at age 18 and up, where that comes out to 18.1% of the population. Okay, as more than 1/6 of the population deals with not just depression or anxiety, but a clinical level of anxiety. And sadly, that is incredibly common. So we try to deal with it at the clinic with counseling, because it's rather difficult to just come out and talk about your elven soul in a medical clinic. Okay, but this is something that we can do here today. So hopefully I can say something that will help others. All right. Okay. So what do we do to take care of this issue? All right. First of all, another quote from the Silver Elves. Elves are very family-oriented. They include all of their elf friends in their idea of what constitutes their family. That's a very important phrase. They include all of their elf friends in their idea of what constitutes a family. I learned a long, long time ago that family is not blood. A family member is someone you meet, that your souls resonate with each other, that there is something very deep and intimate within common ground that says you and I have the same core values, and that constitutes family to me. So we know that most of us, I know this very well, most of us know that our nuclear families and our extended biological families rarely have the same belief systems that we do. And there can be a certain amount of depression or anxiety due to that detachment from them. So we learn to reach out to others and know that we are not alone. That is one of the most common phrases I get with people who respond to my videos, who email me, who send messages to me. They feel that they are alone. And I'm hoping, as some have said, that these videos will help you know you are not alone. There are so many of us, and we are in an amazing age right now. I think now more than any other time in man's history, more and more people are awakening to their elven souls, are remembering who they are. I mean, you have to admit, we live in the internet age, and information is accessible at our fingertips now, more so than any time in man's history. We have access to so much information, so much to make us sit back and question and go, wait a minute, maybe what I was being taught was not applicable. Maybe that doesn't apply to me, and maybe there's a greater truth that I should be looking for. And the internet can offer that to us. It can also be the dark side, where it can lead us off in a very dark direction. And that's where we hope that videos like these and others, like from High Elven Wisdom and Love, our kind of videos, we hope, can help guide you to looking in a more positive light. Remember, as I said in other videos, life is like a coin and it has two sides. One side's love, the other side is fear. From fear, all the negativity comes about. From love, all the beauty comes about. Every day that we wake up, we have a choice. Am I going to be on the love side, or am I going to react out of fear towards life? All right. That's one thing I really love about Reiki, and I really encourage more and more people to look at Reiki. Within Gaosho, within this particular prayer that you make, it's a very, very simple prayer. I do it every day. Even if I don't feel I need it, I do it every day with the rising of the sun. And it makes such a difference. And it's something very simple, and it helps you choose the positive or love side of life versus the fear side. And it simply goes like this. On this day, I will have no worries. On this day, I shall not be angry. On this day, I shall be honest in my work. On this day, I shall be grateful for all my blessings. On this day, I shall be kind to all living beings. So it's an affirmation that you can make every day about choosing the love side, choosing the positive side, leaving yourself open to the divine, to letting the divine guide you. All right, so real easily, what are some things that we can do to help get us through the sadness of the feeling of being alone, when we're really not alone? We are not alone, especially in this information age, this internet age. Would it be nice to have our elven family physically around us? Absolutely. But until that day comes, at least we know there are others out there who feel the way we do, and we can reach out and touch them, at least digitally for now. All right, so what are some of the things we can do? One of the most important things you can do, number one, is build a virtual community. That's something we're doing now. We do it with Facebook. We do it with YouTube, with these videos. Create support groups, people that get together and talk about their elven nature. It can be hard. It's easier in some of the bigger cities because there's more of us, but build a virtual community. Reach out and realize that you're not alone, that you're not strange, that you are okay, and it's okay to find others like ourselves. Okay, something else you can do, and I really do this, I try to do this several times a week, and this is guided meditation. Guided meditation actually does work, and it does give you a sense of connection again, because it's causing you to go down inside of yourself, reconnect with your elven soul, which then makes it easier for you to reach out and connect with others. There are some wonderful guided meditations out there. My absolute favorite that I work with right now, it's on YouTube. I'll leave a link in the description. They're called The Honest Guys. I don't know how many of you have heard about them yet, but The Honest Guys. They include a large number of guided meditations, very soothing talking that they're doing, the background music, and they tell a story and they guide you through it. The good thing is that they actually have a number of Elven type or Lord of the Rings types, Middle Earth type of guided meditations. So you have a choice. You can listen to those and they will guide you through an Elven forest. They'll guide you into the Elven King's Hall. It's actually beautiful, and I try to do it several times a week to help you reconnect and help you learn to cope. All right, so The Honest Guys, I love them. Okay, another thing that I find really important for myself is to immerse yourself in the Elven culture. Immerse yourself, learn, study, watch these kind of videos, watch the videos on the High Elven Wisdom and Love. Watch Kimberell's videos there. There'll be a link for her in the description as well. Watch our videos. There are others out there who do these videos. Watch them every week, whether it's ours or someone else's. But it's the act of doing it. There's an old thing, and the Silver Elves talk about it as well. Okay, a lot of people say that it's not good to play act or do cosplay. Okay, well basically what it is you practice at it, you do it till you are it, till you become it. Okay, immerse yourself in it, feel it every day. Do something, try to do something that feels something that's very Elven to you. Watch these kind of videos, like I said, read books about it. I have a book coming out around the end of this month on Elven culture, but a wonderful source is the Silver Elves. They've got something like 50 books out there now. I have a large number in my personal library. Some of them I will open and read every day just as a personal affirmation, and they are all Elven-centric. They're all about Elven culture and the Elven way. It's a great way, again, to become censored each day. All right? Okay. And again, the last thing for that is to manifest. To manifest in your life what you want to create. If you just heard a little groan just a moment ago, that is one of the wolves here is in the room with me, so he stretches and gets comfortable, so ignore him. All right, but if you'll go back to one of my previous videos, it's called the Levels of Elven Manifestation. Go check it out. It tells you how you can manifest things in your life, either bring them to you or bring them out of you. And start manifesting. Do something every day. It will help you reconnect with who you are, and it will strengthen that connection. And remember, what you are is what you attract. If you are dark inside, you will attract darkness. If you are light, you will attract the light. And the brighter your light is, the more will be attracted to you, and you will bring this into your life. You will bring other Elven family to you. So shine your light brightly so that others may find it and you can all find each other. Okay, so almost through there. Wanted to go ahead okay, so we talked about Elven family. Okay, this is so important. I've actually been practicing at this more and more in my life, trying to make sure that I don't surround my life with dark people. Okay, surround yourself with people who know your worth. You don't need too many people to be happy. Just a few real ones who appreciate you for exactly who you are. Okay, you don't need a lot of people, just a few, and you can find them. All right, another wonderful slide. This is by Ralph Waldo Emerson, transcendentalist from the 1800s. Henry David Thoreau, Ralph Waldo Emerson. If you've never read their works, it was very influential on me many, many years ago. And he said, once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. So make the decision to be Elven every day, as much as you can be within your own life. Practice it every day. The more you do it, the more real things will become for you, the more you will attract to others. So make that decision. Make a light one, don't make a dark one. All right, and last but not least, I love this. This is an Elven prayer that somebody posted on Facebook probably about a year or so ago. I do not know who you are. You and I had talked once, again, about a year ago. If you watch this video, and if this is you, please post in the comments so that I can give you credit for this. You gave me permission to pass the prayer forward, but I never did get your name written down. So please, if this is you, or you know who this is, please say so in the comments so that I can give credit to this person. Again, this is another part of expressing your Elvenness every day. This is a beautiful prayer that this person would say before they would go out on patrol, so to speak. All right, it goes, okay, and the person goes on and says, I care not who sees me, as some of my fellowship look on in curiosity. I have too much to be thankful for to not acknowledge the givers. So this is a prayer to those that have given to us. First must be the Valier, and of those Este whose grace lives in these namesake woodlands, infusing peace. Then Niana, for her tears that I may know salvation. Vare, who will teach me in Mandos. Nessa, for her care of the creatures of the wood. And Vana, for her blessings to the plants. Yavanna, for the creation of all, from the weeds to the malaron, and blessed Elbereth, Varda, for the starlight that only in the nighttime can I see. Then the Valar, Tulkas, who teaches me to be strong and fit, Orome, for all the animals, Namo, who will receive my Thea and Aman, Ermo, who comforts my reverie each night, Aule, for the earth beneath my feet and the mountains rising to Manel, Ulmo, for the life-giving water, and lastly, most humbly, to Manwe, who claims me and whom I serve, to speed my arrow upon his winds, to fly like the hawk or eagle, should I need to release one this day. Feeling my Vala's wind caress me, I am now ready to serve Lorien. A beautiful prayer. I wanted to read this as one, to help promote the elven feelings and culture that we all need, and two, one of the best ways we can attract more light to us, like I said, is to have light, and that is each day, if you can, when you awake with each morning or night, depending on what your schedule is, give thanks, give gratitude to what we have. Gratitude goes a long way to bringing light to us. All right? Okay, so please feel free to leave comments down here, mention anything that I may have missed, how maybe you've been experiencing the reawakening of your elven soul, what feelings you had during that time, and how you coped with them. These videos are to help teach each other, and if you have experienced something that I have not, and something that worked for you, please feel free to comment it so that others can find this. Reawakening to our elven souls is maybe the most important thing we can do in our life, so that we may then go forth and help others do the same. I want it to be a blessing and a gift to both ourselves and the world. And it can be done gently, especially if we all work together as one elven family that we are. A few things I wanted to announce for next week or two also. My holistic first aid book just came out on Amazon. It teaches you how to treat your own emergencies at home naturally and holistically, from wounds and burns and bleeding to all sorts of other types of wounds, especially if you can't get to an ER. This is a how to naturally help heal yourself with herbs and such. All right, so that book just came out. Holistic First Aid, How to Heal Your Emergencies Naturally at Home. Okay, and it's on Amazon. Also, the latest addition to the newsletter, Elven Awakenings, just came out yesterday. So it's out for December. It's free. There's a link below if you didn't get it and you want to subscribe to the monthly e-newsletter. Let me know. I'll make sure that you get a copy of this one. As long as you subscribe, I'll get it out to you. Okay. For next week, we got some new things coming up for next week for videos. I just wanted to kind of let you know. This again is in response to other watchers and readers that we have. A lot of people would love to read the Silmarillion, but they find it rather difficult, and I understand it. I've read it multiple times, and it's an incredible gift to us. What it bestows, the knowledge and blessings are wonderful, but it can be a bit challenging sometimes. So starting this coming weekend, besides continuing with the Elven Love Series, starting next weekend we will be getting a new series on the Silmarillion, and we will cover one chapter at a time. I will go over that chapter, but one of the differences with our videos here versus some others that have been out there, I will cover each chapter of the Silmarillion over time, and we will cover it from an Elven perspective. I will discuss each chapter one video at a time from an Elven perspective, and hopefully we can all share and get together on that and comment, because I want to make this book available to everyone and to show you just how beautiful and deep it can be, but how easily understandable it can be given a chance. All right, so the Silmarillion series will be starting next week, and I will also have another video out, because I have been getting a lot of requests for this, on Elven diet. What is it? Okay, I'm going to give my perspective, and that may cause a lot of debate. Debate is a wonderful thing. Let's debate. Let's not argue. Let's not make fun of each other. Let's be open to debate. It's a wonderful thing. That's how we all can learn from each other. So next video out, besides the Silmarillion, will also be on Elven diet. And so I hope that will be able to help you a lot. It will be from my perspective as an elf, but also as a doctor. All right, so I hope you find that of interest. Okay, so that's pretty much it for now. Again, I hope this has been a benefit to you. Believe me, I personally have experienced those feelings of loneliness and sadness and that great desire to find your elven family. Okay, I hope this video helps you and the suggestions work. And please let me know how you feel and let me know when you find your family. All right? May all of you have a most blessed rest of the day. Namaste.